What's going on, you guys? So, wasn't really planning on doing no video, but I seen an interview from Derrick James that I think a lot of people haven't caught wind to. Salute to the champ side for the interview. But Derrick James came out and said some things about the switch hitting. I don't know who the actual interviewer was, but they asked him about the switch hitting, and Derrick James said that's some stupid shit. Hit that like button for your boy. Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. But Derrick James, man, he said switch hitting is some stupid shit. And I don't think it's stupid shit. I think switch hitting is an ability that a lot of fighters just don't have. And some guys tend to switch in fights. We've seen it. Some guys can switch stances, but they're not really effective at doing it. Only really a handful of guys been really effective at being the switch hitters in the sport of boxing. And the most notable guys is Marvin Hagler and Terrence Bud Crawford. Switch hit on the fly, right? But he talked about a lot of fighters today tend to use more athleticism than speed, and I agree with that to a degree. Fighters back in the day seemed more technical than they do today. Fighters today, men today, just really athletic. You know, superior athletes. We got a lot of speed, a lot of dudes with a lot of speed, a lot of power, a lot of explosiveness, and things of that nature. And guys tend to use those attributes in fights and shit, right? But Derrick James said a lot of these guys lack skills, and once the athleticism dies down, what do they got? You know, he was referencing some fighters from back in the day, but realistically, he said that switch hitting is some stupid shit. Now, I say this, right? I say this in response to that. If switch hitting is so stupid, if it's meaningless or whatever the hell he was saying, right? Then why didn't you have Spence hop on Crawford early and get him out of the way, right? I mean, when you dealing with a guy that can fight both stances effectively, right? Crawford can fight. He's an orthodox guy, but he fights southpaw. Lately, he's been fighting southpaw majority of his fights, but he's able to do that. Not many guys can do that, right? Give you a whole different side. If you trained and fought before, if you know what is, then you get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? To switch hit and be effective. When you're dealing with a switch hitter, when you're preparing for a switch hitter, you got to train for two different fucking styles. You got to train for two different guys. You got to train for two different sides, man. You got to train for two different sides, two different styles. It's a lot to deal with. So that means you have to bring all kinds of guys in. Errol Spence himself hasn't fought too many southpaws. Crawford is essentially a hybrid southpaw. So, yeah, he can fight southpaw and give Errol Spence a different look. Switch it off, making things difficult for him. But yeah, Derrick James had quite a bit to say in that interview. Surprised not too many people seen it or heard about it, but it was interesting. Salute the champ side for the interview. But I don't agree. I think switch hitting is a unique ability that not many have, and not many could do very well. I mean, some guys could switch, but could they switch in a full fight? Could he switch to one side, and fight for multiple rounds using that side and be winning those rounds? Not too many guys can do it. You know, guys that end up switching in a round and they end up getting hit with shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to be really you got to be doing that shit for a long time, right? But not going as far as saying this stupid shit. Now, if Errol Spence was able to switch, would you still be saying the same thing, right? Would there still be some stupid shit if Errol Spence could switch? Nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think it'll be some stupid shit if Errol Spence could switch, but he can't. But Errol Spence Jr. is who he is as a fighter. He's a very, very textbook technical fighter. And you guys already know what I say about the textbook stuff. While it is good being textbook, I think it's even better having your own book. But yeah, guys, go check out the interviews on Champ Side channel. Derrick James says switch hitting is some stupid shit. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.